Hello, my name is Tara Misala. This is Wisdom Across Ages, a podcast where I talk with my grandfather, Dr. Nageshwar Reddy, the chairman of AIG Hospitals, about various topics. So this idea basically emerged when my dad started listening to lots of podcasts in the car, and I couldn't understand or enjoy them very well. And then when I listened to my podcast, he couldn't understand or enjoy them very well either. So we decided to make a podcast where both adults and kids can understand. I hope you enjoy it. Welcome to the very third episode of Wisdom Across the Ages. Joining me today is Dr. D.N. Reddy, my granddad. So, in this episode, we'll be learning about something very interesting that not many people know a lot about. It's gut and microbe health. So, I also want to give a shout out to my favorite subscriber, who is also my sister, Serena. Happy birthday! Okay, let's dive into the first question. Is it true that I'm carrying more germs than cells in my own body?
Yeah, Tara, it's very strange, that in our body, we have about 30 trillion cells.
Wow.
30 trillion cells.
Wow, that's
human
a
cells.
lot.
That is only 43% of the cells we have. 57%, another 30 plus trillion cells are microbes, which are bacteria, which are all over our body. They are in the skin, your eyes, your nose, but most of them are living very safely inside the gut, in your small intestine, in your colon, large intestine, that is. They're all living there. 37 trillion of them are living there. Can you imagine?
Wow.
So much higher than what our normal human cells are. So we are 99% actually microbes, not human body.
If these tiny bugs live inside us, how do they know when to help us or when to cause trouble?
Oh, that's a very good question. In fact, they're what we call good bacteria and bad bacteria. It's like a small army in our gut, in the stomach. So the good and bad are fighting with each other all the time. And what do the good bacteria do? They help us digesting the food. They help us producing good immunity. They also help us actually lining the whole gut mucosa so it is protected against external agents. The bad bacteria, they try and kill the good bacteria all the time. They produce a lot of gas and they produce injury to the gut. They produce a lot of diseases. This is a constant fight in the body going on. And people don't know that. You think when you eat food, the food goes inside. No. When you eat your food, the bacteria digest the food first and decide what food has to go into your body.
Wow. When I eat ice cream or vegetables, who eats first? The bugs inside me or me?
It's the bugs inside you. Actually, you're eating, but you don't know what happens inside. When it goes inside, the bugs go and they eat the ice cream. They like it. They eat too much of it. And similarly, vegetables, they like a lot of veggies, the bugs. Good bugs like veggies. The bad bugs like ice cream. So if you want to encourage bad bugs in your stomach, eat a lot of ice cream, you'll have problems.
That's funny. Can my stomach bugs or gut decide when I feel happy or angry or sad?
Yeah, that's a very interesting point. We never knew this till recently. You know what? We now found that these bugs in our gut produce a lot of hormones, substances. There are things like called dopamine, serotonin. These are the substances which actually make our brain work. You have a lot of dopamine in the brain, you feel happy. If you have less of serotonin, you feel sad, depressed. And all these chemicals are not made in the brain. They are made by the bacteria in the gut and sent to our brain through the blood. It's called the blood-brain barrier to go through that, so into the brain. And when you're feeling depressed, it means your bacteria are not producing enough dopamine or serotonin. If you're happy, if you're very active, that means it's producing enough. So good bacteria are very important to make you happy.
Does it control more in your emotions than your whole brain?
Yes. In fact, all your emotions are controlled by bacteria. And also how intelligent you are or how lazy you are because of the bacteria in the gut. People didn't know that till recently.
Oh, if antibiotic kill the bad germs, then why don't doctors just give a lot? Then you'll be healthy forever.
No, antibiotics, mostly two things happen. When you give antibiotics, it doesn't kill only the bad bacteria, it kills the good bacteria.
Oh. Oh,
And
so there's
therefore,
also bad
exactly,
signs.
so bad sign. And what happens is these bad bacteria are very clever. They'll take the antibiotic, develop resistance against it, and pass it on to each other. So when you take a lot of antibiotics, you develop a lot of bad bacteria which are antibiotic resistant. So that's why never take an antibiotic unless the doctor gives it to you. And the doctor gives it only when it's very, very necessary. This is very important because the gut is full of bacteria. You don't want to destroy the good ones, Very important.
Okay, for the end, as always, we're going to end with some quick rapid fire questions. What happens if you had no microbes at all living on you?
If you have no microbes, you can't survive, you'll die. Yeah. These are called
Wow.
germ-free animals. When we do research, we do on animals which don't have any microbes, they die immediately.
Which microbes do they have?
No,
Which animals?
so like rats, mice, they're called germ-free mice. Germ-free mice are very, very difficult to keep them alive because microbes helps us so much that unless you take that, you die. And something very interesting, if you take the microbes of a fat mice and give it to a germ-free mice, it becomes fat. But if you take the microbes from a lean mice and give it to a germ-free mice, it becomes lean. So that means bacteria controlling everything in your body, including your brain, your heart, and your gut.
Wow. What if you could see the microbes on you like you were clear?
No, you can't see because microbes are very small. They can be seen only under a microscope, and that also magnified many times. They're so small that you have to magnify them 1,000 times to even see them.
But what if you could see them? What would they look like?
They look like small dots, small blobs like dots, and they don't have any face. They don't have any arms. They're very small dots. That's all.
Our last one is, if you don't eat veggies or fiber, what will happen to you?
So veggies and fiber are important because good bacteria like it. The good bacteria eat and then become large in number. The bad bacteria don't like veggies. So they will slowly die. So that's the reason why you must eat a lot of veggies and fiber in addition to your proteins which come from your other sources of food.
That was Wisdom Across Ages. I'm Tarmi Sala signing off. Thank you.